Recently, we asked you guys to help us set the chat sports record for most individual comments on a video. Here are the 5 people who did it the best, who commented the most, and as promised, you guys are getting some shout-outs here. Kyle Books, It's Direct, Ronald Humphreys, Daft Cannon, and also Steelers Gang, who I think you might need a new profile picture there in the near future. But a big thank you to you 5 and everyone who comments and watches us here at Pittsburgh Steelers Talk. Tom Downey here for Steelers Talk by Chat Sports. Before we dive into the rumors going on right now around the Steelers organization, it's trivia time. So our first question, or I should say our question of the day, where did Terry Bradshaw attend college? I think a lot of you guys are going to know this one. I have accused producer Jeremy of making this question too easy. If you don't know, or if you want to see if you got it right, wait till you get to the end of the show. No Googling. That's cheating, by the way. We're going to begin with the left guard battle, which has kind of been revealed with the contenders thanks to the players themselves talking about it here at OTAs. 2-man battle, it appears. First up, Kevin Dotson. Now, that is a duh. Of course he's a contender there. He was the starter left guard last year when he was healthy. He got 9 games to start there. His competition is Kendrick Green, not Mason Cole. It appears that Mason Cole is going to be the starter at the center position, as Green, who was the starter last year at center, is now making the move over to the left guard position. Now, I think in the event Kendrick Green does not win that job, hypothetically, he would probably be your swing guy as like your top interior backup on the offensive line. But this being the battle at left guard is noteworthy, and I think it's bad news for Kendrick Green. You bring in Mason Cole, who's played guard and center. I had wondered if they were going to have Green and Cole battle. That you're allowing, or forcing, I should say, Green to go fight at left guard with an incumbent, I don't think sets up very well for him. Now, it is a battle. He can certainly go win it, but I was unimpressed last year by Kendrick Green, and I am, to be honest, a little bit surprised that this organization so quickly is going with the switching of Green to the left guard spot. And, of course, by the way, I do want to make note, it was Kevin Dotson who mentioned this was going to be the case. As he said it was a battle between him and Kendrick Green. I've liked Dotson for a long time on this team. I think he's a good football player. I thought was one of the few reliable pieces they had when he was out there and starting at left guard, with the ankle injury, of course, causing so many issues. I would argue that Dotson is the favorite. He is the incumbent there. He liked having time to move on the left side this last offseason. I think that change is better for him to add a Trey Turner. So this is, I think, outside of quarterback, maybe one of the most interesting starting battle jobs on the Steelers roster. I am giving the edge to Kevin Dotson, but I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think wins the left guard job? You have 2 options of involving K, so just a singular letter is how you vote. G for Kendrick Green or D for Kevin Dotson. This is the pinned comment on today's video, so if the ad break comes here on YouTube, I want you guys to take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Now for something different, 3 free agent running backs to take a look at, as some other guys have signed in recent days/hours. Many of you asking about the position, so we figured we'd spend some time on it here. Obviously, Najee Harris is your star, your stud, your franchise back, whatever phrase you want to use to describe him there. It's the depth that makes me go, Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland, Trey Edmonds, and some UDFAs who may or may not be a piece for you even in the short term. Makes me a little bit worried because God forbid Najee Harris gets hurt. Who has confidence in that running back room? I do not. So 3 names that we haven't really talked about at all at various points through mailbags, other videos, whatever, on the channel, who all fit a similar-ish mold. That is Jalen Richard, Peyton Barber, and Jerick McKinnon. Barber is a more intriguing one. He's got good size, 5'11", 225. Did play a role last year for the Las Vegas Raiders when he has been asked to get carries and be involved with the offense. Things typically go okay. Now, he did average under 4 yards per carry last year. That Raiders offensive line was also, to be blunt, pretty cheeks. There is some special teams value there and some third down value with Barber and Jerick McKinnon. Do we remember the Jerick McKinnon hype train back when he first signed with the 49ers after showing some promise in Minnesota? Well, unfortunately, he has not been able to stay healthy really at all, which has been a pretty big disappointment, I know, for him. He does offer you some big plays still. As a change of pace runner, he really does make some sense. Now, Richard's numbers carries-wise are super low. 9 carries, 40 yards, say, okay, whatever. Third down value. That is what Richard brings. He is almost a pure pass catcher than he is more of a true pure runner. So if you're looking for someone to fit that third down back type of role, I do think Richard makes some sense. These are all under the radar names. Of course, we're now at the end of May. We're not going to find big-time free agent running backs unless you want to go give Adrian Peterson a call, which I'm not really sure you want to do at this stage in his NFL career. These are the caliber of names who are out there at this point. So I want you guys to play GM for me right now in the comments. Do you think Pittsburgh should add another running back? If you do, type in Y for yes. If you don't, type in N for no. I want to hear from you in the comments right now. And while you're down there, by the way, hit that subscribe button for daily Steelers videos. We'll have some OTA news and notes coming up here in the not-too-distant future. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe. It's youtube.com/SteelersTV. Next up on Steelers Talk, let's take a look at Kenny Pickett, who is getting some praise from a former NFL head coach and former Steelers assistant in Bruce Arians, as Arians has offered some fairly noteworthy praise, I would argue, for the Steelers' new franchise QB. Here's what Bruce said. Quote, I liked Kenny Pickett coming out a lot. He was the one pro-style quarterback this year who could play right away. He was extremely well coached. Mark Whipple, who was the Pitt offensive coordinator, did a great job with that offense. He was in a pro-style offense where he was reading the whole field, unlike most of these college guys who just read half the field. Sometimes, by the way, it wasn't even half of the field. It was one read altogether. Pickett's, I think Arians is right on pretty much everything here. Pickett took a major step forward with Mark Whipple at Pitt this past season. 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, unreal production. The top-end physical traits are not elite. That is why Pickett fell to Pittsburgh at number 20 overall. But he was asked to make more of the full field reads, to be able to not just sit there with RPOs and play action and, if the first guy's not open, tuck and run. He was asked to do more NFL-style pro-level things that he's going to have to do. Can still run RPOs and play action stuff in the NFL. That's all fine and dandy. But you will be asked to make actual reads, especially in crunch time in the postseason when things really start to matter. And it's a matter of when, not if, Kenny Pickett emerges as this team's starter. He is going to be the guy for this team, whether it's in preseason week 1, NFL week 1, NFL week 7, week 14, whatever. When you draft a QB in the first round, even if the guy sucks, at some point you give him a chance to be that guy, and I don't think Kenny Pickett sucks. So I think it's a matter of at some point this year to maximize that rookie contract at quarterback, we will see Kenny Pickett as this team's starter. Now, if you are excited to see Kenny Pickett in the black and gold or yellow, I don't want to do that debate again. We've done it quite a bit in the past here. Like the video right now. Show me that you are hyped about Kenny Pickett as this team's franchise QB by liking the video right now. Time now for our trivia question answer before we go today here. Where did Terry Bradshaw attend college? Louisiana Tech. And as I stumped producer Jeremy, double bonus question. If you can tell me who initially backed up, or who Bradshaw was the backup to, I should say, at Louisiana Tech. Famous person. Not a football player, however. So if you got the answer right, congratulations. If you cheated, shame on you. You've brought shame to your entire family. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us here at Pittsburgh Steelers Talk. Between me, Thomas Mott, and producer Jeremy, and the occasional sub-in of somebody else if one of us is out of town or whatever, we're trying to give you guys daily Pittsburgh Steelers videos. And we appreciate everyone who has already subscribed to us here. If you haven't and you got all the way through the video, I think that means you like it. So make sure that you hit that big red button and subscribe for free Steelers videos.